Once again, as a courtesy to your fellow media members as well as coaches and players, please turn off or silence your cell phones. We'll start with a introductory comment from Kirk, and then we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes. Please remember to ask for recognition. We'll get a hand mic to you, and when you ask your question, please give your name and affiliation and to whom you're asking the question. And recording press conference video on your cell phones is not allowed in here. If you're joining us on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We'll address questions from the room first and take questions from Zoom as time permits. Kirk, give us an overview, please.
Well, I mean, if the first game is any indication of the 2023 College World Series, it's going to be a pretty special one. I thought both teams played extremely well. I thought both starting pitchers, did exactly what we thought they were going to do. And, I thought everybody was in character. I thought everybody played exactly the way we've been playing. And you just got to give credit to Oral Roberts where credit's due. They've done it. You've watched them in the postseason. They've come back. They're a resilient bunch. They're an old group. And they put a great swing on the ball in the ninth. And but I wouldn't change anything. I thought our guys played with great effort, great grit. It just stinks sometimes somebody's got to lose a game like that. It was two programs that I think left it all on the field. And, it's baseball. And we're going to have to come out of the loser's bracket and do it the tough way, which I'll bet on our guys every single time. So congrats again to Oral Roberts.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions to the student athletes only for the first few minutes. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll have the ladies get a mic to you. So starting off, we'll start with Jake over here.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Cole, in the Super Regional, Coach mentioned it took you a few pitches to get your nerves underneath you. How did you kind of go out there? Because you looked very comfortable.
I'd say there's definitely nerves again for this game, obviously, biggest stage. This point of the year, just settled in, kind of went with my routine, what I've been doing all year, and just feel like, I started cruising from there and, got in a good rhythm.
Okay, next question. Right up here.
Chris Gutierrez, Roxo Media House Frogs Today. Cole, you guys have had your backs against the wall before, right? People counted you out in April. What do you tell the guys in the locker room to regroup and flush this one?
Me, Cole?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We got two Coles.
I mean, obviously we've been through worse than this. We've been through a point where we didn't even think we were going to make a regional. So for us, I think it's just about sticking with our routine, sticking with our process, and keep doing what we're doing. And we don't really need to change anything. I think we're going to come back and we're going to be good. So.
Guys, can I ask you to take your hats off, please? Thank you. Okay, next question. Okay, right back here. Six.
This is for Cole with a C. RBI single to tie the game, 2-run shot to take the lead, bases loaded walk. You just take us through the type of at-bats you had today. It was a different kind of result for each one, but they all seem to be in big situations and big results.
I mean, nothing really changes. It's the same approach every time. It's getting a good pitch to hit, working counts, and trying to lay off. This guy had good stuff today, and trying to lay off his stuff he's trying to get us to chase. So that was going to be my approach. And, throughout the whole game, the situation, you got to take it with, you got to take a deep breath no matter what it is and just try to focus on your job. So that's what I was trying to do.
Okay, next question. If there are no more questions for the student athletes, guys, you're excused. And we will.
Thank you.
Please turn off your phone, please.
That's probably mine.
Oh. Sorry.
It's not mine. I don't think it's mine. Mine's on silent. Maybe it is mine. Sorry, Bill.
That's okay. It's these guys. It's not me. It's these guys. Okay, first question for Kirk. We'll right back here again.
Yeah, Kirk, it seemed like you guys were, momentum was hard to come by in this game, but it seemed like you started to snatch some of it. How When you look back, how costly do you feel like the getting thrown out on the bases were to kind of stemming some of your momentum in situations where it felt like you could capture it?
I don't know how much it. Obviously, you don't want to do that, in terms of making some base running errors. But I'm not sure how much it affected the momentum of the game.
Okay, here in the back.
Matt Tallerini from World Baseball Network. Just Carson's presence behind the dish. How do you feel just the composure that he has with the pitching staff, and let alone going into Sunday's game?
Yeah, I mean, Carson's playing. He plays the game of baseball with a pretty slow heartbeat, and everything he does, with quality. Even his last at bat, he ended up swinging and striking out, but I thought that bat was phenomenal. And I think how he's handled our pitching staff. How he receives and throws, blocks, everything. That's why he's, been invited to Team USA, the collegiate national team that's coming up later on. I think, the country's seeing what a special kid and special talent he is.
Okay, next question. Chris, we'll go back with you.
Coach, first off, happy anniversary.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. What do you tell the guys? You said you've got to do it the hard way now. What do you tell them to keep their heads up and the momentum going the right way?
Well, it was a great college baseball game. It just sucks that we lost, and, I thought the effort, the grit, the determination, everything, they played the exact same way. It just didn't go our way today. And this season hasn't been easy the whole season, and so why not make it harder on ourselves now? And there's so much investment and sweat, blood, and tears in that dugout that, they're chomping at the bit to get back on Sunday and get this taste out of their mouth. But, there's nothing to hang your head about. Out of the mound, talking to Luke Savage, I said, you walk off this mound, run off this mound with your head up. You got nothing to hang your hat on, nothing to hang your head about, because we're not here if it's not for you. Guy put a great swing on a baseball and hit a 3-run homer. It's tough. It's tough to swallow, but we'll wash it. We'll flush it, and sun's going to come up tomorrow, and we're going to have a good practice. We're going to go, do an event here locally with the team and kind of get away from baseball a little bit, and then we'll get back locked in on Sunday to whoever we're going to play. And the great thing about our team is I think their resiliency and their ability to overcome hard times. They've done it. They have the whole year. So I'm not worried about that 1 second. I just want them to understand that sun's going to come up tomorrow and we're going to be ready to play.
Okay, next question. Yeah, right up here front.
Charles Baggerly, TCU 360. Ben Abelt in the sixth inning took over with a guy on and was able to limit the damage a bit, but also gave up a home run.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk me through what he did well in that inning, and also what he might have done?
Well, he struck out Jonah Cox, who he literally gets hits every game in a big situation, and he threw a really good slider to Jonah and got him out, and got Hogan out and almost wiggled his way out of that without giving up a run. And we were going fastball in, and he's got a low arm slot, and the ball kind of took off on him, and I think it ended up being a little bit up and away. And it's the McCroskey kid did a really good job. I think at that time I kind of looked up as the ball was going. I looked up at the flags, and they had switched. I think earlier in the game that ball doesn't go out, and they kind of switched, and they were blowing from center field to right field. And as soon as I saw that, as the ball was carrying and saw Austin's back, I knew it was going to be a home run. But again, wouldn't change anything. I thought Ben did a phenomenal job. I thought Savage, just a couple bad luck hits here and there, but I thought just a tough way to go. Those two guys I hope don't take this on their shoulders, because it's a team game, and it's something that, again, we're not here if it's not for the Ben Abelts and the Luke Savages. And they'll be back. We'll be ready to go on Sunday, and they'll be ready to pitch again.
Okay, next question. Lights. Okay, right here again.
Can you just, expand on the Cole's at bats today, especially in the eighth when they didn't want to pitch to Braden, and then he comes up and draws the bases loaded walk and gets you guys the lead?
Yeah, that's what we hoped Cole was going to be this year for us. Someone that could protect Braden Taylor. and he's done a really, really good job at that. And being able to, it's hard to do sometimes because that's going to happen where they're going to walk the guy ahead of you to get to you. And he's been ready for that opportunity every single time. He may not get it done, but he's been ready for it. And, obviously the home run to start the game, and then the walk, and then the base hit in the 4-hole. It's just kind of what Cole has done this year. And you need that to have somebody after Braden. I thought Braden's at-bat in the 9th inning was awesome. Hit it on the button, just didn't find any grass. So it's, the fight in our team to get kicked in the gut, with a 4-run 9th to go down by 1, and then to put the tying and the winning run like we did on base and have a great at-bat by Carson even though he struck out, followed by a great at-bat by Braden Taylor even though he didn't get a hit. We talk about the process all the time. And the results are what everybody remembers and thinks about, but at the same time, those are really good at-bats. We just didn't come out on the right end.
Okay, Kirk. Well, that's our time for you right now. So
Thanks, Bill.
we'll see you on Sunday.
You bet.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, guys.